What's up, guys? I look like a mess, but basically, we're going to do my first PC build, which is also part 2 to the $13 PC build. So, I got all the parts there and there. My RAM, DDR1, and thermal paste came in today in the mail, so let's get to building. I'm going to do a time lapse of building it, and then we'll get right to the benchmarks, alright? Oh, and I'll go through all the full spec list at the end of the video, or I'm going to put it in the description of the video. So, see you there. Okay, moment of truth. I got an old Lenovo keyboard up, an old Lenovo mouse. I got the computer here, got it hooked up to my display via VGA. And let's see if it boots. If it does boot, I'm going to do the benchmarking in a second because I don't have an Ethernet port in my room, so I'm going to need to move it to my kitchen to benchmark it and download some drivers and stuff. But let's see if it boots first before I take all the trouble to move it. So let's see. So I'm going to hit it. Fans on, power's on. Let's see if it outputs. Oh, there's a beep. I don't know if that's good. What is the beep? Oh, crap. Okay. One sec. Okay, so I looked up the manual for the motherboard, and I concluded that one loud beep means that there's nothing wrong. So what I did was I switched the VGA on the computer from the motherboard to the GPU. I was trying the motherboard first, just cause, you know. So I switched it to GPU. Let's see if it boots. So there should be nothing wrong now. Fans on, computer's on, there's the beep. Oh, the display's turning on. Oh no. What does that mean? Oh. Hey, we have a post. So let's see. Main processor, Pentium 4, 3.2 gigahertz, memory. Okay. F1 to continue. Hardware monitor, verifying DMI, okay, update. CPU fan speed, CPU temp, okay. We apologize for the inconvenience, but Windows did not, okay, start Windows normally. Okay, well, it won't let me choose. Yeah, so it won't let me choose, but, we'll see when the counter goes. We got Windows XP. Let's see if it works. Ah, this makes me happy. Let's see if it actually keeps going. Oh, unfocused. Sorry. Okay, welcome. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. No, we lost it. So this is the problem. I think it has a bad hard drive, sadly. So I'll show you guys what happens. So we're gonna boot it. So it does this wonky screen, as you guys probably already saw. And then goes to this hardware monitor screen, and then it goes to launching Windows XP. And then it'll do this for a little bit and load. and then it'll go to a check disk screen because there's something wrong with the hard drive, and it'll check for bad files, I guess. It'll go through the first stage, and then it'll get to the second stage and get to about like 40%, and then the system just fails and crashes. So, I don't know what the deal is. I think it is the hard drive, so we'll see. So here's the check disk screen. Also, this says to press any key to cancel, and I can't do anything to cancel it, so I don't know what that is. But here you go, it'll go verifying files. Out of focus. Come on. Here we go. So 50%-ish, and then it'll go to 100. Verifying files is fine. And then it does this verifying indexes, and then it'll pause for a little bit, and then it'll go to the it'll go to about 40%, and then it'll crash. And I can't figure out the problem other than that it's, oh, it didn't even go that far. It just crashed. Okay, and then so let's see, F8. So we'll go into the boot mode. So here's boot mode, and then I go to safe mode, and then I hit it. Safe mode enabled, we'll do Windows XP, Home Edition. It'll do all that, and then it will just pause here indefinitely. So I can't like make it go along, hit delete, nothing. So diagnosis is that it's a bad hard drive. There might be a part 3 to this video. I don't know how long, when that'll be. If I can end up getting it fixed. I even tried plugging my SSD in, but into the SATA port, but it wouldn't even like detect it. It just like it's defaulted to this one, and like no matter how much I do, it won't like change off of this Hitachi hard drive. Like even when it's not plugged in and everything else is plugged in fine, it just won't go off in the BIOS for some reason. So, thanks for watching part 2. It was my first computer build, that albeit kind of a shitty one because it didn't work. But nonetheless, we got the thing to boot, and hopefully in the next episode, within the next month, I can get a new hard drive for it and get it up and running to finally benchmark it, and then it'll be, you know, maybe like a $20, $33 build. $20 or $33 build. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Oh, also, if you have any submissions for my desk setup build of the week thing, go ahead and send me it on my email with a Google Drive thing, and, you know, I'll put that video in the description if you want to learn how to do that and see what I'm talking about. So, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Okay, guys, last update for part 2 of the 13 block PC I'm building. I think I diagnosed it down to a bad power supply. So let me turn on my flash so you can see the parts. So the CPU is all good. It stays at decent temperatures. I mean, it's kind of warm to the touch, but I mean, I'd assume that's normal for a heatsink. When I unplug the GPU, it won't even boot, so it needs a GPU. So when it does boot, I know that the GPU is good because of that. Because this doesn't have integrated graphics. So it literally wouldn't even be booting without a good GPU, or a working one, I mean. So, and then down to the hard drive here, behind all these cables. I thought it was a bad hard drive because I would get these check disk errors, but I don't know. I would get these check disk errors, but they just kind of went away, and then now I started to land on the desktop actually, and then it has a DVD writer, but I don't even have it plugged in because it wouldn't boot when I plugged it in for some reason. Which gets to my next point of why I think is broken, is that baby, the power supply. I think it's having issues getting power to where it needs it. And so, I don't know, maybe I might try to turn hyper-threading off, because that might use more power a little bit. So I might turn hyper-threading off to see if that'll boost the power to other areas. But, I mean, it has a stick of RAM in there. So I think the thing is that it's a bad power supply. So this might have to be like a $16 computer if I can find another cheap like case with a power supply I could use. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna turn the flash off and I'll show you guys what it does. So we're gonna hit the power. Oh, there it goes. It's got this cheesy hard drive light that lights up in the back. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So I get this weird screen, which I'm assuming is somewhat normal, and then I get a post. So F1. And then it goes to this little hardware monitor thing, and it's trying to boot to my hard drive right now. So it should go in a second. There it goes. And now it'll go to the Windows loading for Windows XP. Excuse me. So it'll load for, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And then it should land, it should go black screen, say welcome. Then it'll land on the desktop. And then I can fart around the desktop for about 5 seconds. And then it just kind of crashes without any warning. It'll just literally turn off. And I'll hear the reset switch click. So here's the welcome screen. Now I can move the mouse, and here's the desktop. So usually I get about this, there you go, that far, and then it just shuts off. So I'm assuming when the CPU tries to power up for like hyper-threading or whatever, because it does have, it's a dual core technically, but it's one physical, one logical. So what I'm gonna do right now is go to the BIOS, and let's turn hyper-threading off. So let's go to, back, CPU feature, hyper-threading technology. Let's turn that off. Let's try one last boot, and we'll see where it gets us. So there's the beep for the one loud beep means that there's nothing wrong with the system components, which is another reason why I think it's the power supply. So here we go back to the hardware monitor. Sorry if the video is shaky, by the way. I'm holding my phone. I don't have like a tripod or anything. And I'm using my phone because it records in 1080p 60 FPS, so. Also, you'll notice I'm in my living room, so it was the only place where I was able to hook it up to my modem with an Ethernet cable. So I couldn't do this in my office. Okay. So far, so good. Nothing different. Then in a sec it should go black and then show the welcome. There's welcome. And there's the desktop. So let's see if it'll do anything. like crash. The thing that sucks is that it doesn't give me a crash error, it just completely shuts off. So I can't really diagnose it by the crashing. So far so good, we're lasting a little longer than normal. I'm going to try to open the task manager. Okay, we're still loading. This guy has a bunch of random virus type things all over this computer. And torrents and weird ISO files, and it's, I don't know, it's really jam-packed, so it takes a little bit. So give me a second. Okay, let's go to Task Manager. Okay, let's go Performance. Okay, CPU usage is at 100, which is, I mean, I'd like it to be like that. Huh. Let's go to the Processes tab. See, he has like mom.exe, whatever that is. Punkbuster for games, you know, iPod service. Google Update, I don't know, that's normal. Synchrony Host, uTorrent, Hydra DM, T-Timer, iTunes Helper, so he has a lot of random shit on here, but let's see. I'm gonna try to... Oh, that's dark. Final update on the $13 computer for part 2. Basically, it's a bad power supply. So I took it out, and I'm gonna see, it has a warranty sticker on it, so I'm gonna see if somehow I could get a replacement. I don't know how Rosewell works, if it's lifetime or whatever. So, oh, my dogs are barking. Long story short, I need to buy a new power supply or find a new one, or hopefully get a warranty. So, part 3 coming up in maybe a week when I get a new power supply. So, see you guys then.